Trackwork this morning from a rainy Warwick Farm, so we've taken shelter inside the stables. We have all the latest ahead of the all-important 2-year-old races ahead of the slipper, the Pago, the Magic Night, and of course the Coolmore Classic. Let's hear what the trainers had to say. Bjorn, let's start with your runners this weekend. Looking at Iona Merck in the Ajax Stakes, first time over 1500, last start winner. How's he come through?
Yeah, he's in great order. He's actually, we're going into unknown territory, but his work this morning was good. He's been in work for a long time, so he's got a big base. And if he did happen to go well, he's still in the Doncaster, so who knows?
Throw him in the deep end, why not? Let's look at Arapaho now in the Sky High Stakes, third up.
Arapaho is going super. He was only beaten, I think, under 2 lengths last time by Via Sistina. So this race, the conditions probably don't work out as well with the set weights and penalties as weight for age. But I think the 2 weeks into the Tancred is ideal for him. Rachel King gets back on him, and she rode him this morning, and we're thrilled with how he's going.
Obviously, Rach came back from Japan last week, and she's got a really nice association with this horse, which we've seen in previous preparations, of course, but she seems to just get the best out of him.
Yeah, she does indeed, and of course they won together in the Zipping Classic at Caulfield, I think at the end of last year, and he's come back better than ever.
And then Stradivarina, there's a huge rap on this girl. You and I have spoken about her in the past. She was at those very first 2-year-old trials, the way that she's furnished and just seems to keep developing. She was very impressive there on Friday night at Canterbury.
Yeah, she was indeed, and I think she looks better. She had a good gallop with Jason Collett on today, and he rides her on Saturday, and we were thrilled with her, and I think Jason was even happier. So I think she'll definitely go in a good chance. They're never easy races, these lead-ups to the Golden Slipper, so you don't get overconfident, but her work this morning suggests she's going to be a big chance.
And if she was to run well there on the weekend or win on the weekend, would you think about backing her up for a slipper?
Oh, I guess just one step at a time. Of course, we'll talk to the connections, Newgate and Ladbrokes, and firstly see how she comes through.
And then All in the Mind and Father's Day, you've got their nommed for the benchmark 78. Will we see both of them?
Yes, All in the Mind. Anna Roper rides him, and she'll take 3 kilos off. So he's a horse that's definitely capable of it. He's probably moved out of that midweek grade, so he's not out of it. And Father's Day's going super. He galloped really, really well this morning. Rachel King gets back on him, and she's got a pretty good association with him as well. And
how's Steffi Magnetica come out of Saturday?
Yeah, she seems to be pretty good. So she'll go to the George Rider, and she just didn't have a lot of luck from the gate. So I'm sure up to 1500 she'll be a little bit better. Matt,
let's touch on that huge run from Headwall there in the Newmarket on the weekend. You must be pleased with him.
Oh, I couldn't be happier. Yeah, no, his run prior was excellent. Went fourth at Caulfield, and look, he'd done really well. So we thought we'd give it a shot. Just drew a little bit awkwardly on the day. They were coming down the outside, but look, it was a really good run, and he's come through the run super. And look, he'll most likely go to the TJ next.
He was a horse that had a long time off the scene. Did he have a full year off?
He had a big spell, and then he was back in and out of work for a couple of little light preps before he came back in. Had a few little injuries, but nothing major. And lucky, we were patient with him and took our time, and he's come back really good this preparation. So excited to be going, to the TJ in a month's time.
Must be nice to get him back and in good order. I saw him when he resumed there on the Kenzo, and he just bolted in, and since then he's just kept stepping up to the mark.
He has. He's just gradually improved with every run and fitness, and he's gone to a different level this preparation. All beaten handicaps, but at the same time it's a big race in Newmarket, and it's exciting to run second and beaten by a very good horse. So, if you can hold that form, there's no reason he can't be competitive in a race like the TJ.
Then on to Saturday, you do have French Endeavour nommed in the benchmark 88. She's coming out of a previous run. She's third up now. She ran there in the Guy Walter. How's she been?
She's really good, actually. I just went slow in the Guy Walter and just awkwardly placed. We're just coming back to a benchmark race, trying to get her a bit of confidence, and she's great. Her work's been good. I really can't fault her. I expect her to run a good race on Saturday, definitely.
And then let's look to Friday as well, because you do have Idle Flyer nommed for the Kembla Grange Classic, that Group 3, and she's coming out of the Surround. How's she been since?
She's good. She's never got in the race in the Surround. Probably coming back to the 14 probably wasn't ideal. Definitely stepping up to the mile is a big positive, and her work's been great. I really can't fault her. I think if we can draw a gate, she'll make her presence felt for sure there. She's really good. World Alliance, he was excellent at Canterbury. Probably track probably not ideal for him, but back onto a bigger track like Kembla, 1200 metres should be ideal. Horse is great, so can't fault him.
Do you have an interesting horse, Jack of Aces, as well, who's deep enough into the preparation now? He ran second last start there over 2300. Will we see him in the Stayers Cup there in Kembla?
It's possible. We'll see what happens with the weather. He's a real grinding stayer, probably looking for further actually, but hard to find those races here at the moment. So, look, we'll accept and see how he does. But he's had a few days up at the farm since his last run, so he should be nice and fresh.
Is that something that you've been doing a lot more of, bringing them between here and the farm and just switching it up for them?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like Headwall, he'll head to the farm tomorrow for a week, and whenever we can, we get them up there and give them a few days in the paddock. They recover quicker, they hydrate better. And just about getting them happy and bouncing and ready to go back to the races.
And no doubt they'd enjoy being able to have a spin around the track up there too and do something different.
That's it, like just a change of scenery for them is great, and they do very well up there. I find the horses eat better once they get out in the paddock for a few hours every day. They just eat so much better, and it just helps their recovery. They recover quicker, so it's working very well for us, yeah.
And then, Maddie, just finally an update on Athelflatt and how she is.
Yeah, exciting to have her back. She had her first trial back here at Warwick Farm last week, and look, she pulled up super, so that's the first big tick for her. She'll have another trial in a couple of weeks, and then she's got a good base fitness in her. We'll probably get her off to the races. She'll take a couple of runs to get her back to full fitness, but this preparation's all about just getting her back to the races and getting a good base under her and getting a few runs under her belt, and then we can see where we're up to.
Guys, let's start with your runners on the weekend. My old mate M Cap, how's he come through?
Yeah, he's come through really well. Went for a trot care this morning. I'd missed that week of work when he tied up the previous week when he was supposed to race, and you can't just get straight into them. And he did look a bit chubby in the birdcage, and unfortunately he's only beaten 4 lengths by some of the best Group 1 horses in New South Wales, and if they've only beaten him 4 lengths and he was underdone, then I'm pretty encouraged by what he's done, and going forward he should improve. So, funny enough, it's a little story, a little side cap. He loves planes. He watches planes all the time. Apparently he just loves them. Yeah. Well, apparently behind the gates, Rachel said there was a drone above the gates, and he stood there behind the barriers looking up at this drone. She had to slap him down the shoulder and say, "Concentrate, you're in a race." So it just goes to show how cool a customer he is.
I remember he loves planes. I even changed into his Trackwork rider when he walks out and has a look at them in the morning.
It's crazy, and I hope he doesn't see one at the 600 of the Doncaster and decide to have a watch.
Oh, yeah, you better not. We'll be yelling at him then. Kimochi, how was she?
Yeah, enormous. She's pulled up a lovely, big, strong mare, and looking to give her a bit of a break between runs. Her second up run can often be a bit flat. So I'm going to give her the opportunity to have a couple of extra weeks. She'll go to the TJ Smith, I feel. That's my gut feeling. I'll talk to the boss about it. But the TJ, then the all-age stakes, and then off to Brizzy.
Let's touch on Friday, because you do have a busy weekend. Verona Rose in the Kembla Grange Classic, the daughter of Castelvecchio, who is unbeaten. She's had one run back for this prep as well there at Wyong, where she was a winner first up. Nice filly, the Castelvecchio filly. I bought her as a yearling with the Oaks in mind, believe it or not. It's not often it always comes to plan, but the sales pitch was, if you want an Oaks filly, this is her. We've got to be patient. She'll come good later, and she's come along beautifully. She's a nice filly. She worked brilliantly at her last gallop, and it'll take a good horse to beat her on Friday. What about Kintyre, assuming he's had just the one trial? Yeah, one trial, trialled nicely, and he usually sprints well fresh, and he's on a Hawkesbury Gold Cup trial. And then we look to your 2-year-old, so I wanted to ask you about a couple of them. Polo is one of them. You do have her nommed for the Magic Night, but you're leaning towards running her during the week. She's on debut there off 2 nice trials as well. Really nice filly by Cool Azabil for the Kelly gang at New Haven. She's still learning. I feel that probably 1,000 might be a bit short. She'd need to draw soft at the Kenzo. If she drew poorly, we might look at the Magic Night on Saturday. She's a good filly. She's got a big finish on her. Whether she's this prep or next, I'm not too sure, but she's certainly worthwhile having a crack at something now. She's ready to go. What about my mate Elvis, who you've got in there on Thursday for the Twilight meeting, a son of time to reign? We're yet to see him at the races, but you've got a nice opinion of him? Yeah, look, he's been a horse at last preparation. Just goes to show you with 2-year-olds how much they can improve. Last preparation, he couldn't break 3/4 pace. This preparation, he's come back, you see, he gets his hocks under him, he really works solidly. He's got a spark about him. He's had a couple of gallops before that trial, which were encouraging. He went very, very well at the Barry trials. Led. Molly Burke said, I felt like I was cantering all the way, and he ran fast sectionals. So I'm looking forward to seeing him on Thursday, and where we get to from him. From there, I'm not sure. Son of the stallion we trained, Time to Reign. Pretty proud of him. You find him as a yearling. He's out of a Montjeu mare. He should get further, really, on his pedigree. But he is a bit sparky. He likes to get on with it. So at this stage, 1,012, and I'll see him out. But yeah, excited. He might end up in Brizzy for something in Brizzy even. He's a nice horse that's progressive. And Tender Eye's really stringing a couple together now. Do you think you'll see him this week, or will you wait? Look, he's nominated for Saturday. He's had a few runs
with the 10-day backups. So I've just got to be careful of not asking too much of him. He's already put 2 really good runs together. He likes to lead now. He's getting out of the gates better than he ever has. He's sound and he's running sectional. So them sort of horses it takes more out of them leading every week. So I've just got to be a bit careful. I'll watch. There is a race for him in 3 weeks' time, a 1300 at Rosehill. So we can, if we need to, space him. So we might just accept for Saturday, see where he draws, and weigh it all up. But he's been really good to the campaign for the owners. Jesus has been promising so much. He's delivered so little. So it's good to see him now starting to improve his strike rate, because it was pretty ordinary. It was 23 for 1, so now it's 23 for 3. So no, we're working back.
Another busy weekend. We've got some lovely conditions out here for Trackwork this morning, Annabel. Let's look to the weekend. Sabark and West of Africa in the Ajax. What are you thinking with both of them?
Yeah, both will run. Both get in with a nice light weight as well. But Sabaki was really good first up. He's just a really tough on-speed horse. Probably going to be, I'd say his pet distance is 1800, but this looks a nice race for him as he builds through his prep. And West of Africa, we just took the foot off the gas after Magic Millions and gave him a sort of short freshen up. Probably just needed that run in the James Roos over the 1400, but he was looming up late and then just got a little bit tired on the line. So I'd expect a much improved performance from him this weekend.
And I know he's a horse you've always had a lot of faith in, and you spoke about that post Magic Millions when you suggested they should buy him back. So he's just a horse that's always meant quite a bit to you. Yeah,
he always showed a bit early doors. So yeah, when he went online, we managed to persuade OTI to purchase him, and it was a good move in the end. We'd love to try and get him into a Doncaster. He's possibly got to win his way in this weekend. But yeah, he's a lovely horse. He's lost a bit of his early speed, and he's now got this big turn of foot. So maybe we've just learnt how to ride him to his strengths. But yeah, he's certainly going well.
Faulkner Park in the same colours there in the Sky High, or as Sabark, sorry, and he's coming out of the Very Elegant where he resumed, and he was only just beaten over about a length and a half behind the good horses, Via Sistina.
Yeah, he's come back in terrific form. Probably took us by surprise over a mile, finishing on the heels of Fangirl. And his work's been the best it's been. He worked really sharply this morning with Amelia's Jewel. So at this stage, possibly leaning towards waiting for the Ranvet with him. We'd originally thought we'd go Sky High into the Tancred, but we're certainly giving some strong consideration to go into the Ranvet. Just the way he is at the moment, he's just feeling like he's on sharper legs this time in.
You touched on Amelia's Jewel, so we'll segue to her in the Coolmore and her impressive win when she resumed there. You must have been pleased.
Yeah, really pleased. She was probably gifted that race. It was an absolute walk in the park up front, and it was a great first up run, and she did it with her ears pricked. So hopefully that's just given her a bit of confidence. She'd been a bit of time between drinks. But yeah, up to the 1500 should really suit. And look, she looks like she's probably going to be top weight, but she's certainly the class horse in the field.
What are you thinking with depth of character? Will you back him up? He was great in the Randwick Guineas on the weekend.
Yeah, possibly. We thought we might just wait till the Carbine Club, but he's pulled up really well, and he just raced a little bit fierce in snatches in the Guineas. So he might be a horse that might suit the backup. Just might be a bit more relaxed on the backup. So we'll see how he is in the next 24 hours. Probably accept and have a look at the race. And yeah, depending on what opposition goes there. But he's a nice horse. I think probably if we can just come back, he's probably just Group 1 level, not quite up to the likes of Broadsiding and Linebacker. But I think, he's a really nice horse, and he deserves his day at some stage over the next few starts.
All right, Dave, glint of silver we saw back at the races there at Randwick, and in his typical fashion, he was pretty up and about, letting his excitement out when he was first up.
Yeah, it's good to get him back, really. He's been a long time to see him, but he's a real character, and good to have him back in the stable. He's good to work with, but it's good to see him be so competitive first up for such a long time off.
And we see him, of course, back this weekend. He's either in the AJ or you've got him on for a benchmark 88. You'll keep him on for both and just decide?
Yeah, so we'll accept him both. He's going to get a lightweight in the Ajax, and second up 1500 or the 1488. Probably looks like a better option at this stage of his preparation. We want to try and lead into the Doncaster Prelude, but I just don't want to select one race and then get caught with an ugly barrier. So good options to have for both races.
How's he come through? We've talked a lot about his personality, and you always used to say it was like your drunk red cordial. He was always up on the toe, pretty bright and well within himself most of the time. How's he come through that run?
Well, he was like the class clown on Monday morning after he raced, so he didn't take any ill effects from it, which is great to see. He had a quiet week and then a couple of nice gallops. He worked really nice on the course proper this morning, so he's in good shape for Saturday.
All right, I want to ask you about Ho Aloha, this first starter that you've gotten on there on Thursday on the Kenzo, a daughter of Tagaloa. She's had just the one trial. What do you make of her?
One trial at Hawkesbury is very professional. Don't think like a 3-year-old realistically. She stood in the gates well, she jumped well, she travelled nice. I don't think she's got exceptional early speed, but yeah, we're going into a 2-year-old filly's maiden for the first time, and she's going to take on horse, so probably similar sort of experience. But it's a tough time of year to really establish how strong the race is going to be, but it's just good to get some experience into them.
Then you've also got a couple nommed there on Friday at Kembla Grange. Still excited and extremely frilly. I'm getting the words out well this morning. Will we see Still Excited there second up?
Yeah, at this stage I'm looking at Still Excited racing there. I think first up over the 1,000 was probably too sharp for her. The 6 furlongs will probably suit her better. And I expect sharp improvement.
Okay, and will we see Extremely Frilly line up Friday?
Most likely Saturday at Gosford. Probably just being a midway maiden is going to suit her better. 6 furlongs, but second up I think she'll be sharp improver. She's got caught wide in a slow run race there at Warren last start, and being first up it just took the gas out of her. So second up should suit her better.
And which way are you leaning with Russian Schnitzel fourth up now?
She'll race Saturday, Gosford. 1100 will suit her better than 1,000 from last start, and I think getting around in Gosford, if she can get the front and find the fence, she'll be hard to run down.
All right, we've braved the rain. You've just come back in. I've dragged you back in from the barrier, so thanks for coming back to chat with us. I know how much you enjoy it.
Yep, I was really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's been a wet morning, which actually it's good because a few of our runners over the weekend are looking for those wet tracks, so hopefully it keeps going.
Sorry, not looking forward to the rain or me?
I don't mind the rain.
I know where this is going. You secretly love it. Ajax Stakes then, new energy. What are you thinking? He's had the one trial since we last saw him in the Ingham.
Yeah, and his trial was very good. Obviously a horse full of talent. We've known that since he's arrived, but he's been doing a few things wrong. Every preparation has come back a bit better. And that's the more settled he has been, as more mature he has been training him out of Bong Bong this time. It's a lot more relaxed, and we saw that in a trial. He just jumped better than he used to, travelled, and his trial was very good. So heading to the Ajax, first up 1500. Obviously last prep when he was doing so much wrong, we could have never done that, but we're more confident this time. 1500 first up will suit. I'd like to see a bit more rain for him. He does like a bit of giving a track, but I think he's a horse that will just keep improving, and he's in great order.
In the Sky High Stakes, you've got Circle of Fire and Future History nom. Circle of Fire second up. What are you thinking with him? And then will we see Future History up here after he ran at Flemington?
Future History is probably unlikely at this stage. Circle of Fire will be going there. It was good first up, obviously. Slowly run race. We had him at the back. It was very much a starting point, but he actually he ran the quickest last 600 has ever run in Australia. So that's indicating he's come back well. That was always a plan to go to Sky High second up. It would improve on his first up run. I'd like to get a barrier so he can run him a bit closer, but again, that's another stepping stone into possibly the Tancred next, and then the Sydney Cup, which is his main target.
State visit, we've only seen on one occasion this son of Wootton Bassett, but it was a real eye-catcher, obviously, at Canterbury. Lines up in the Pago. How's he been since that win?
He's done very well. He's not a horse who carries a whole lot of condition. He's a naturally very fit horse, but he's got a beautiful action, great temperament, and that was a plan to go there since his first run, and he'd be heading there in great form. So whatever happens on Saturday, obviously we'll make us decide what we do next. Obviously we do have the sleeper next week as a backup option if we wanted to back him up, but the sires 3 weeks from Saturday should be an ideal race for him.
Does he show much at home?
He's very casual, but every time you ask him, there's always more there. So we know there's some talent. We just never knew how much was actually there. But the way he won at Canterbury and the way he quickened give us plenty of confidence, obviously. But there's a lot more than what we've seen yet.
Certainly seems like there's a lot in the tank. Will we see Jenny gone bonkers in the Magic 9?
Possibly. Make a call tomorrow. She had a one trial up here at Hawkesbury. Trialled well. Just see how she is. Whether it comes up a bit too soon, whether we wait for next week or not, make a call in the morning.
And then on Friday in the Kembla Grange Classic, you have Spaceballs nommed. It was sort of a bit of a hard watch there when she ran last start at Rosehill, and then also Atomic Clock. What are you thinking with both of them?
Both likely to go that way. Obviously, race restricted to 3 old fillies. Stakes status. There's not many of them around. Spaceballs has been a plan pretty much since she won first up. She was obviously very impressive here. Warwick Farm ran very good times. Last start from the White Gate, she had plenty of work to do, and she was always going to be a bit vulnerable late. But now she's had 2 runs. She's very fit. Mile would be ideal. Just hope she can draw a gate. And Atomic Clock, she's different kind of filly. She went to Queensland. She won up there. She's very fit. Obviously, ran my last start, and I'd like to get a bit of black type with her if possible.
And then lastly, Perspiration, who you scratched out of last week, will be hoping that this rain continues, no doubt.
That's right. He's in Maurice McCartan. He'll have no weight there. He likes Rosie 1100, but we scratched because the track was a bit dry for him last Saturday. So just be guided by track conditions on Saturday. But if we can find a bit of give, he'll take his place.